So, Dr. Gallagher, talk to me about where you're from and who John was growing up before you earned the title of Dr. Gallagher.
Well, I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I was born and raised in Harrisburg, and was raised Catholic. So I went to Catholic grade school, and that was from kindergarten through 8th grade. Then I went to Catholic high school, Bishop McDevitt High School in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and was raised in a suburban community called Lingelstown, outside of Harrisburg. Played sports, my entire youth, mainly basketball, baseball, and football. My parents, wonderful parents. They live just maybe 2 miles away from me now. And I have 2 brothers. I'm the middle. I have an older brother, Chris. He lives in the Philadelphia suburbs. He's an attorney. And he's one of those siblings that would always argue about something. So him being an attorney, he's probably very successful at it. I know he does. He's very, very successful at it. My younger brother, Danny, works in IT and does computer stuff again, way over my head, right? I work, which I love, with people. So I grew up in a suburban community. I was engaged in sports. My dad was the coach. My mom, my grandma, family attended all the sporting events. I had a beautiful, amazing childhood. My youth, as particularly in the high school years, my daughters, they're getting at that age where I may talk with them a little bit more about it, but it was a bit of a misspent youth. When it comes to high school, I was nearly the end of my class, right? I did not get very good grades. I got into a bit of trouble in high school, was expelled and then readmitted into high school a few times. But one thing I learned through that is throughout those misspent youth years, my family, particularly my mom and dad, always had my back and never, not once, withheld love from me. There were many times they call me John. That's my family, John. And, John, you got detention, get your butt in detention, right? You got in trouble with the law, well, you better deal with it. I mean, right? You need to, we're not proud of this. We don't support this. It's not okay, but we love you. And that, when you're in your youth, I certainly appreciated that. I always loved my parents and felt their love, but I didn't really understand it. I think, though, it shaped the work that I do that led me into social work. Because really our profession, if we keep social work simple, it is about sharing, brotherly and sisterly love with the people that we work with. That's it. Compassion, empathy, understanding. And so, my youth was, filled with love, joy, happiness, family vacations every year. And, I was a bit of a knucklehead, got in lots of trouble and eventually grew out of it. But I think the key piece that leads me to where I am today is that my parents never withheld love. They would say, we don't like what you did. It's not okay. You're in trouble. You got to deal with this. But they never withhold love, which I see as really a key value of the social work profession.
We have eerily similar upbringings. I have 2 great parents, and I didn't get in too much trouble, but I did get into a fight maybe a week or 2 before basketball started, my freshman year in high school. And I got suspended 10 days. And then I think junior year, I forged a hall pass because I didn't want to go to study hall. And I got suspended for another 3 days.
Yeah.
So that was probably, my mischievous stuff, but they never withheld love. So I'm gonna take that with me, if you don't mind. I'm always gonna, when someone talks about my upbringing, I'm gonna say that my parents never withheld love. That was a good one.
Yeah.